A sentence cannot give any idea or information if the syntax or word order is wrong. Syntax is a part of grammar which is concerned primarily with the word order in a sentence. In other words, it refers to the arrangement of words and phrases used to create well-formed sentences. English language has a standard word order: subject plus verb plus object. In order to determine the proper sequence of words, one has to understand what the subject, verb, and objects are. The subject of a sentence can be a noun or pronoun, that is, the person, place, or thing that does something. The verb of a sentence is the action, occurrence, or state of being. An object can be identified as the word or group of words influenced by the verb or that receives the action of a verb. Now, let us look at the given examples and understand the sequential order of subject, verb, and object. In the sentence, John is singing a song. The subject is the doer, that is John. The verb is the action, is singing, and the object, a song, which receives the action. Another example, David confessed his guilt. Here the subject is David, the verb confessed, and the object his guilt. It will be easier to understand the syntax of a sentence if we are able to identify the subject and the predicate of a sentence. To find a subject, ask the question who or what of the verb. Example, Columbus discovered America. Who discovered America? The answer is Columbus, and so it is the subject. Look at another example. Robert was bitten by a dog. Who was bitten by a dog? The answer is Robert, and so it is the subject. You may note that the example is in passive voice, but the same subject plus verb plus object pattern is followed in it. The subject can be one of the following: a noun, example, Canberra is the capital of Australia. A pronoun, example, she is a doctor. An infinitive, example, to err is human. Apart from a noun, pronoun, or infinitive, subject can also be any one of the following category. A gerund. Example, swimming is a good exercise. A noun phrase. Example, a man of high knowledge is honored everywhere. A noun clause. Example, that the monument is old enough is obvious. You may be aware of the fact that the subject part of a sentence sometimes contains more than a word. We can add more words to the actual subject and enlarge it. The subject can be enlarged by adding or using an adjective. Example, industrious people become successful in their life. Here, industrious is added before the subject word people to enlarge the subject. A participle, rolling stones gather no moss. A participle, rolling, is added before the subject word stones. An infinitive, example, patience to learn music is commendable. An infinitive, to learn, is used to qualify patience in this sentence. Let us look at some other manners in which the subject of a sentence is enlarged. A possessive case. Example, my friend's daughter is very pretty. My friend's is a possessive case used before the subject word daughter. Noun as an adjective. Example, children sail their paper boats in the rainwater. The noun paper is used as an adjective before another noun boat in this sentence. Apposition. Example, William Shakespeare, the playwright, was also an accomplished poet. Playwright, a noun, is used in apposition to qualify the subject word William Shakespeare in the sentence. A phrase. Example, a man of talent is respected everywhere. A man of talent is the phrase used here as the subject of the sentence. The part of the sentence that tells us something about the subject is called the predicate. A predicate must have an action word, that is, a verb in it. The boy is drawing a picture. What are we told about the boy? Is drawing a picture, predicate. Romeo was praised by his teacher. What are we told about Romeo? Was praised by his teacher, predicate. Let us now look at the order of the subject and the predicate. Usually, the subject comes before the predicate, that is, at the beginning of a sentence. For example, the girl is singing. Sometimes the subject is placed after the predicate to emphasize a fact. For example, sweet are the uses of adversity. In interrogative sentences, the subject usually follows the auxiliary verb in the predicate. Example, will you help me? Here, you is the subject, while will is an auxiliary in the predicate. Will help me is the predicate. Is he a rogue? In this sentence, he is the subject and is an auxiliary in the predicate is a rogue. In imperative sentences, the subject is usually omitted. Example, come here. Here, you is omitted from the structure, you come here. Similarly, in take that please, you is omitted from the structure, you take that please. In exclamatory sentences, the subject occasionally precedes the verb at the end of the predicate. For example, what a wonderful flower it is. The subject is precedes the verb is at the end. Similarly, in how horrible he is, the subject he precedes the verb is at the end. The predicate comprises a finite verb, an object, or complement, or both. In addition, objective attributes and adverbial attributes are used. The predicate can be enlarged by using an object, a complement, an objective attribute, an adverbial attribute. Let us look at the expansion of the predicate in detail. In the sentence, they entertain the audience, the predicate is expanded by the use of an object, the audience. Another sentence, the principal awarded the little boy is the object. Now, look at another sentence. Kelvin is a singer. A singer is the complement of the verb of incomplete predication is in this sentence. Now, look at another sentence. A king is the complement of the verb became in the sentence, he became a king. Look at one more sentence. Here, puzzled completes the meaning of the verb looks in the sentence, the baby looks puzzled. Hence, it is called the complement of the verb. Let us look at a few more sentences which show the object complement and objective attribute. The word captain completes the meaning of the verb of incomplete predication made in the sentence, the class teacher made Simon captain. His and cheerful are the objective attributes which expand the object patient in the sentence, the doctor examined his cheerful patient. Now look at the following sentences. Bitterly, an adverb, expresses the manner of crying in the sentence, the baby is crying bitterly. All day describes the duration of the action walked in the traveler walked all day. All day is an adverbial attribute. Into the river indicates the place of action, jumping. It is an adverbial phrase in the sentence, the boys are jumping into the river. You must have got an idea about the word order in a sentence. Now, look at the examples given below and find out how the jumbled words are arranged properly to make meaningful sentences.